Meanwhile, yesterday there was something going on Capitol Hill earlier in the day, and that was a call up from the former Homeland Security Secretary, Jay Johnson, to come explain when he knew about the alleged Russian hacking into our elections and why wasn't more done about it. And a lot of this was Jay Johnson never looked composed or more arrested, by the way. It goes to show you what Homeland does in terms of wearing on you. But when he was asked a few times, you knew about this in the summer, when you went up in July to the DNC and said your software's been hacked, they would not turn over the server to him, which he said he still doesn't understand why they wouldn't. Debbie Wasserman-Schultz denied that was even requested, but Trey Gowdy speculated could there have been something else on that server Homeland Security Homeland Security wasn't allowed to see? Possibly. When Jay Johnson was asked, though, about Russian affecting the election, here was his answer.
Is that still your opinion that with respect to the 2016 election, that the intrusions or attempted, whatever it is, the Russians or others did not affect the actual voting itself?
Based on everything I know, that is correct. I know of no evidence that through cyber intrusions, votes were altered or suppressed in some way.
See, and that's really critical. Not a single vote was changed. He did say that when he was the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, the administration was reluctant to tell the country about what had happened, but they did, in fact, talk about it. And they made a press availability, and they talked about it, but it didn't get much attention because it was on the same day the Access Hollywood video came out. And so everybody was talking about that, not talking about this.
Go ahead.
I just don't understand why they didn't bring it out over the summer. Why did they even wait until October? They brought up and they said, well, we didn't want to put our foot on the scale because one of the candidates talked about this whole thing being rigged and fixed, and we thought if we came out and said there's already been some problems, it would have played into that. So we kept our mouth shut. But it doesn't talk about why you didn't come out over the summer and just tell everybody.
Well, because then people would go, well, you're running the government. Why aren't you stopping it?
Yeah.
There's got to be a way for the Department of Homeland Security to stop this kind of thing. If you know that it's going on, why don't you turn it off?
So last night on Hannity, Kellyanne Conway said something about the media and Democrats. I wonder if this one will stick. The Russian concussion.
Ouch.
During the campaign, I used to say that there's this total disconnect between what Americans are telling us is important to them and what they're being told is important to them. And I see it again now that he's president. The media and the Democrats have this Russian concussion, and they've lost like muscle memory to be able to function in any other way to talk about anything he's doing. But that doesn't mean that people don't see it.
The Russian concussion.
I got a chuckle out of that.
I really think we've turned the page. When you have these other Democrats and anti-Trumpers saying, well, we all know there's no collusion, nothing's been found, it's been a 7-month investigation, you cannot lead a show with collusion because you just have nothing to go with. It's not the Sci-Fi Channel. It's going to pressure people to actually do real shows.
You know what? You may be right. You may be wrong, though, because last night when we were actually carrying the president live during the Make America Great Again rally, we carried it. Fox Business carried it. The other channels carried other stuff and talked a lot about Russian collusion.
All right.